misjudged it perfectly and found not just a crease, a gigantic hole. And off he goes, and he's still going all the way to the end zone.
And his kick is good. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. On the return, the All-Pro 2 years ago, Tyler Lockett. And some space here. And a terrific return as they finally do stop him, but not before he's inside the 15.
And that's the type of return that puts a tremendous amount of pressure on the defense now. They've got to go out on the field almost like it's a sudden change, almost like it's a turnover. They've got to go out there and try and stop them. But, boy, what a tough spot they're in.
Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Flushed out right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Marcel Darius able to get in there and drop him for a 2-yard loss. And they're behind the sticks here a bit now, dealing with a 2nd and 12. Here's Wilson. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Give him 5 on the screen play, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
I wonder what was going through his mind when he got the play call. He just got sacked on the previous play. He knows they're coming after him again. A little bit of guts to stand in there, take the hit, and successfully complete the screen pass. Really well done.
Now Wilson. And almost intercepted. Would have been a huge pick in the end zone, but as it stands, that brings up 4th.
Well, that was certainly an aggressive call and an aggressive play. Instead of just going for the 1st down, took the shot in the end zone, went for the touchdown.
Yeah, and on 3rd down, they said, forget about the sticks. We want 6. And Walsh able to convert it as his kick is good. And with that, they'll move out in front by a couple here in this 1st quarter. So a good kick there, and they finish off the drive with 3.
And that should be the goal for an offense, finish each drive with points. So that's a nice job there to come away with at least something.
Now after the made field goal, Walsh back out to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Jags taking over on offense here in a second. And what a season, Charles, it was for Jacksonville. Some people did like them as a dark horse coming into the year, and they really responded.
Heard recently at one of the, all-star games, college all-star games, a scout saying, well, heck, haven't they been the dark horse for the last 5 years coming into the season? And he seemed a little bit bitter, so I'm going to let him go on that one. But the point is well taken. They have been building towards this. Really good drafts, really supplemented in free agency. And, yeah, they were a dark horse, but they played awfully well. 11 wins, 2 more in the playoffs. I think right now they'd love to get Allen Robinson back at wide receiver and add another playmaking tight end.
And he's brought down after a good game. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a 1st down. From midfield, here's Bortles. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A big one there for the Jags. 18 yards, 1st down. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. Bortles going to run the draw with Fournette. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Not much happening there on 1st down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
And he's brought down. The Jags picking up the 1st down there, a gain of 12. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from
pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Michael Bannon. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. Bortles to throw on second down. He finds Hearns left side. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? He's able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to fourth down. So on fourth down, Doug Marrone going to send out his field goal unit. Now Henning. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work.
Charles, earlier we talked a lot about Russell Wilson, what a great job he did last year in 2017 as Seattle's offense is working their way back onto the field. But they're probably going to need to find a running game to alleviate some of that pressure on Wilson, right?
Yeah, you think? I mean, my goodness, when you take a look at what Russell Wilson did, he more than doubled the rushing yardage of Mike Davis, who finished second. And Mike Davis didn't begin the year on Seattle's roster. They went through a number of runners this season, none of them that fit and really hit. Chris Carson, they thought was going to be the guy who got hurt early in the year, but they definitely have to find a running game and get back to playing that Seattle football of run first and let Russell Wilson take over from there.
A good pick up there at 20 yards.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense, and reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
On second down, here's Wilson. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off.
Now Wilson. And Graham's got it over the middle. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up fourth.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
And this is going to be nowhere close. Needed some inches and ended up losing yardage. Pete Carroll rolled the dice, but it didn't work out. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here on the turnover on downs. They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And an alley to run. There he goes left side. Touchdown, Jaguars. A big play there with his second touchdown of this opening quarter. And the Jaguars are able to strike quickly for 6. Lambeau on for the extra point. And the lead is up to 5. Alongside the former defensive back Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Jaguar football as we begin quarter number 2, as we'll see one following the score on the final play before break. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Before the offense changes hands here, let's look back at the Super Bowl February 5th. What a game. I know you were there calling it offensively, though. Impressive on both sides.
It certainly was, and let's face it, if you're in Minnesota, it's cold outside, but you talk about the offenses, they heated up in a big way. And how about Nick Foles? The backup quarterback turned MVP, 373 yards, 3 touchdowns, and, of course, the big one receiving on the Philly special.
Quite a story. And as you and I were talking about off air, it was just a fluid game, not a lot of penalties, just really clean play.
Exactly the type of game the NFL needed for the audiences at home watching the game and, of course, people in attendance. A really well-played game.
So the incomplete pass brings up second down. Now Wilson throwing again. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah. Not
an actual player. No chance at all. Way easier said than done.
On third down, Wilson got his man complete over the middle. That's Graham. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. A Seahawk first down. Wilson to his big target, Graham. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Jimmy Graham, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
Unable to connect on the first down pass play. Now it's second down. To throw again. Wilson. He's going to look deep down the field. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up third.
The best receivers we know always tease their quarterbacks that, hey, no matter what you do, you cannot overthrow me. Well, guess what? That's exactly what happened on that play. Normally, they time it up pretty well, but on that one, he just overshot him.
On third down, Wilson. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And it's a fumble.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. Call it a gain of 3. And they're able to convert here on 4th and inches. From midfield now, here's Wilson. Well, the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And he's going to be stopped dead in his tracks. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's up and all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. A great play there. 40 yards. And the Seahawks are able to strike for 6. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Here's Wilson. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere, seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
Here's Walsh now to kick this one off. To return it is Corey Grant. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. So the football switching hands here in just a second. And, you know, Tom Brady, just to go off on a tangent for a second, may have lost the Super Bowl. But third MVP this past season, and what he did at age 40, really something, right, Charles?
Absolutely phenomenal. Ended up beating out Todd Gurley, the running back for the Los Angeles Rams. But he would have traded it for a Super Bowl win, don't you think? How about this? The last 9 NFL MVPs to play in the Super Bowl that same season, 0-9.
Yeah.
He go all the way back to Kurt Warner in, what, 1999 where he won the double?
We were going over that stat earlier. That is hard to believe.
But he would have been the MVP had the Patriots pulled that one out.
Yeah, he still has 5 rings, though. 5 Super Bowl titles for Brady.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a first down.
And Leonard Fournette impressing there with that run. It's hard to believe that no Jacksonville Jaguar has broken 1,000 yards since Maurice Jones-Drew in 2011. I think Leonard Fournette could be that guy.
Even with the ankle injury last year at LSU, still averaged 6.5 yards per carry.
And absolutely intimidated opposing defenses. A lot of guys simply didn't want to tackle him.
Now they'll throw it. Bortles. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Allen Robinson, the intended receiver. And it's third down.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
Now it's a former Washington State running back. It's Chris Ivory. That one good for 33 and a first.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Fournette. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it. So those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Another 2-yard gain there, but they'll need to do better this time. It's 3rd and 6.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
Throwing his Bortles on 3rd down. And he's brought down, but not before reaching the 8-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the #1 receiver double covered, but how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a 1st down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. Now Bortles throwing on 2nd down. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Allen Hurns, a 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Jags are able to cash in for 6. It's good, and it's now 21-15. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone.
Before the possession switches here, I had written down that I wanted to talk about some of the awards this past season in the NFL. We know Brady was the MVP, but Todd Gurley, Offensive Player of the Year.
How about that for a bounce back? Many were questioning whether he'd had a sophomore slump the season before. Didn't even get to 1,000 yards. Was a dominant force in 2017. How about his teammate Aaron Donald on the defensive side? He took home Defensive Player of the Year award.
Yeah, very impressive. They had both sides of the ball. Sean McVay deserving, I think you would agree, of Coach of the Year.
Yeah, definitely. Lee. I mean, what he did for the Rams when they went from last in the league in scoring to leading the league in scoring and winning a division title. And how about the New Orleans Saints? Rookie of the year, offense and defense. Alvin Kamara on offense, Marshawn Lattimore on defense.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
One thing rookies need to learn at this level, and quick, make a cut, be decisive, and go. Because in college, you could dance around and wait for a hole to open because you're probably a better athlete than most of the guys on the field, but not on the NFL level.
Now Wilson on second down. And now running right through it. Escaping the pressure right. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
Now, those are the ones that hurt defensively. You do everything right. Excellent pressure, good coverage downfield, and then he slips out the back door and turns it into a nice gain.
Now Wilson on first down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Malik Jackson continuing to fight downfield. The big tackle gets him for a loss of 11. On second down, Wilson. And this is caught at the 8. And they do get him down, but not before he reaches the 4-yard line. He got 29 yards that time. Now a toss play. It's Carson. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. They'll come out in the pistol. Wilson rolling to his right. That's complete right around the 8. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. And a stoppage here, a timeout before this third down play takes place, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. The offense on third down, they've only converted once in 4 tries. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. From the shotgun, Wilson. Now the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down.
Well, partner, nothing comes open here, so he decides to escape out of there, and he doesn't pick up a first down, but he does gain additional yardage to set up a possible field goal attempt if they decide to go that route.
So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And Walsh able to convert it as his kick is good. And that will bring the deficit back down to 3. So they're still down, but they are able to salvage 3 here heading into the lockers.
This is what you work on from the beginning of training camp. Heading into the half, put some points on the board. No matter what the score says at that point, you've accomplished what you set out to do.
Now after the made field goal, Walsh back out to kick it away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. Tyler Lockett now with a return. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. And that's complete to Luke Wilson. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a second and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
On third down, it's Carson, and he's not even going to get back to the line of scrimmage. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
You know, we might start getting some props here in the booth. You know, that one that says the D and then the fence that you put up next to it? How about that? They brought out the jumbo package and still couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage enough to pick up that first down.
Impressive. They were ready defensively for that jumbo set. Here's John Ryan now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And now before this 4th and 2 play comes to fruition, they're going to think about it and call a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn 1 here in this 3rd quarter. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. They'll indeed go for it with Wilson. Flush to his right. He can run for it, and he will. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs. On first down, Wilson. They'll lock him with a grab over the middle. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That goes for a gain of 31. They'll run it now out of the gun. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Wilson now to throw on 2nd down. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one.
And he's got the big tight end Graham. Touchdown, Seattle. Jimmy Graham, a 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Seahawks are able to strike for 6. And he atones for his miss the first time around as this one is up and good to extend their lead. Here's Walsh now to kick this one off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
On 2nd down, here's Bortles. Eluding the pressure right. It's caught right side. It's Hearns. And he takes this one just shy of midfield all the way to the 49. A good pickup there at 22.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. Bortles will try again on 2nd down. He'll rifle this one deep right side, and he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, 3rd down.
this defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
To throw is Bortles. Completes it to Hearns. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. And now before they run this fourth down play, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Bortles in the offense remains put on the field. They're going to go for it on fourth. They do go for it. It's Bortles. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowl safety Cam Chancellor. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So they go on fourth down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation. Turn it over for the offense. I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
Probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And fresh off the pick 6, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
It all comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? Now Bortles being chased out left. When in doubt, do it yourself as he keeps it for 3 and a first down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Bortles now to throw. Dumps it off to Fournette. And a big hit there as he runs into a brick wall. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there if he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw.
11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well. And he'll send the tight end in motion left. Fournette, a first down carry. They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 3rd and 1. Shotgun now for Bortles. Caught right side, it's Lewis. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense.
He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Sheldon Richardson able to collapse the pocket and drop him for a loss of a yard. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
Someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on third down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Bortles going to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 17. It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's Jaguar football, but a little work to do for them. They trail here as we start the 4th. The Jaguars on third down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 11. Here's Bortles to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
So this is what happens when you throw interceptions, that confident veneer that you have. It's chipped away a little bit, maybe a little bit gun-shy throwing it around.
Yeah, underthrowing him there, and you're right. Those interceptions may be in the back of his mind.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Now Bortles got to have this one. And he comes back with one complete. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Allen Robinson from 17 yards out. And the Jaguars are back within a score. Lambeau to add on the extra point. And the lead is down to 4. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field.
And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Now it's Wilson. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
In a blink of an eye, that happened fast and a big sack. Flushed out right. Finding room at the 30. Give him 16 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock is going off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
Trying to barrel up in there, but I don't think he got it. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. The offense is going to stay out there. They've converted twice, failed once so far on 4th down. Let's see what's in store here. They run for it with Carson, and he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Give him 3 on the play, and they're able to convert here on 4th and inches. They go play action here on 1st down. Buying time to his left. Now he'll let it go up, and that's caught inside the 30. Oh, and the big play's going to get even bigger as penalty flags are down, and I believe they're going to get a face mask penalty tacked on. A big play that time through the air. 48 yards. They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Telvin Smith, the outside linebacker, drops him for a loss of 6. On 2nd down, here's Wilson. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. And give him 3 on the screen. He couldn't break free, and it's 3rd down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Now Wilson. And that is incomplete. He was out there waving his arms saying, throw it here, dropped it, not a good look.
Well, all I can do is just look at him with contempt on that one. As a defensive back, I'm saying, not as an announcer. Just like, really?
A little bit of a diva look, isn't it?
Yeah, very much so, because I think what happens is he just had too much time to think. He's wide open now. Here comes the ball, and he doesn't concentrate and drops it.
So, Charles, I think from a defensive perspective, you have to look at that field goal there and consider it a win.
You were able to keep him within a touchdown, so no question about it. That was the kind of stand that keeps you in ball games.
Now after the made field goal, Walsh back out to kick it away. Here's Corey Grant now to return. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go.
And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
He'll check this one off to Fournette. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Give him 8 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And an alley to run. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. A Jacksonville first down on a pickup of 17.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. Bortles now on first down. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by the all-pro free safety, Earl Thomas. And a very good return as he takes us all the way up to the 35-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. And the D-line pinching together, must be expecting the run. Wilson. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll get it down here to the 43. And quickly, we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. 6 yards to go here on 2nd down. Now it's Carson. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. The Seahawks on 3rd down. Just 1 conversion in 8 tries. Not good. This is 3rd and 8. Throwing now is Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. He may try and run for this. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. The rushing numbers for Wilson maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go. Showing it there, picking up the first down. To throw is Wilson. And he fins it. And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags. And I believe this is going to be a first down. Wilson wants to throw it. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Paul Posluszny in there to get him the 6th time they've sacked him tonight.
And they're going to go soft on the corners.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. Wilson to throw. It's caught. Lockett. And hello, he's going to be knocked backward as he'll be marked down right at the 10-yard line.
Well, if you want to be known as dependable to your quarterback, that's what you have to do. Go into the middle of the field, know the hit is coming, and catch the football. And that's exactly what he just got done.
And defensively, a little deflating to be able to lay that hit and not have the ball pop free, right?
No doubt about it, because your goal defensively, knock it free so that they say, okay, guess what? We're not going to throw it in there anymore. Now, they'll still continue to be aggressive.
Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. They're going on 4th down. It's Wilson. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And that should just about do it. They return it to the end zone, sealing it with a defensive touchdown.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you've still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
Wilson. And this one's caught. And their 4th quarter lead grows by a couple more. And around the goal line, especially on 2-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it, because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius, as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
This is taken at his 4. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Jags offense now gets set and heads back onto the field. They can't do much at this point, partner. This one is going to go down in the loss column.
You don't make up for what has happened during the game in this sequence here. Maybe you hand it off and let someone run the ball if you so choose. But otherwise, just kneel down, call it a day.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off near the 42, and they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
Now Wilson. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end.